Yeah, friends, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So friends, welcome back. So hope we have done with installation part of Java, and we have done with the installation of the Eclipse, and also we have shown like how to create a project, how to create a package, and how to create a class. I shown you. Once again, if anybody new joinees are there, I'm going to show how to create a project package class, and we'll talk about what is a class in detail. Okay. So first of all, what we do, we create a project. How do we create a project? Go to the file, new project. There you select the option called Java project, and there you click on next button. And here we give the project name. I'm giving like sample supplements. Okay, so here the project name what we are giving is storing on this workspace directory, the D drive. So I have specified this working directory. So that's the project what I am creating is storing into this. If you want to change the working directory, you uncheck this checkbox and you can specify the location where you want to store the new project you are creating. Okay, na? So I'm using the existing workspace. In this workspace, the new project what I was giving, it was storing there. And for every project you create will be associated with the Java libraries. So what is the version of Java we have installed in your computer? Okay, that version we will be selecting. Okay, to build your programs, to execute your programs, to debug your programs, Java is necessary. Which version of Java you want to work with, that we need to select here. So I'm having 8 version in my system. I was selecting 8. Okay, and next click on finish. This is how we create a project. So when creating project, the Java libraries are getting associated with respect to version what we selected, and dummy SRC folder will get generated. This is what the structure of creating the project. Under the project, next we create a packages. Yes, how do we create a package? Yeah, select on a project, right click on it, new package. Here we need to give the package name. And giving package name, we have to follow some naming standards. So the first package name should start with the lowercase letter. Any package name you give should start with the lowercase letter. And second term is every package name should give with some domain name. And what domain you're working with, that domain name we have to give as a starting name. Suppose you're working with a ICSA client. Okay, you're working with ICSA client. So you starting with the ICICI. Suppose you're working with HDFC. Just give like HDFC like this. Okay, na? For which client you're working, that client as a starting name must be given as a package name that easily recognize. Okay, this package is related to the HDFC. This package is related to the ICICI. So starting package name should be some client name. For what client you're working, that name. And should start with the lowercase letter. These two thumb rules. Third thumb rule is should maintain dotted structure. HDFC dot. In the HDFC bank, we have various modules are there. One of the module is the loans. Under the loans, we have so many subcategories are there. The car loans, home loans, personal loans, education loans, mortgage loans. So we are giving like this. So HDFC under that main module is the loans and sub module as a car loans. See, when creating the package in a dotted structure, internally it represents as a subfolder. HDFC is one folder, loans is the one subfolder, car loans is one subfolder. Under the car loan subfolder, all the classes, interfaces will be come under that. Okay. Yes, let's click on finish. So like this, I can create n number of packages under my project. If we want to create one more package, just right click on a project, new package, and we give that hdfc.loans.home loan, something like that. So instead of completely typing like this, on existing package, you right click. That saves the time. Okay, right click on existing package, new package. And lastly, we can change a stop car next to the home loans. And next, you create one more package. How many you want, you can create that many packages. Like this, in one project, we can create a number of packages like this. Okay, now under these packages, what we create means we create a classes and interfaces. So friends, when we create a packages, internally how it is storing means as subfolders. Let me show you. So if you know the workspace of your project, you physically go and open D drive. Some workspace is April 2022 WD. Under this, we can find this project. If you don't know, you forgot the location path, no worries. Right click on a project, properties. There we can see a D drive, workspace directory, and your project. You just click on this navigate arrow mark. It routes to that location. It's your sample. You go inside the sample project. There you go into the SRC folder. The SRC folder, HDFC is one folder. Under that, loans is one subfolder. Under this, car loans, home loans, personal loans are a subfolders. Understanding? Hope you understood. Okay, fine. Next, under these packages, what we create? We create a classes and interfaces. Yeah. And which package you want to create a class or interface? First, you select on that package and right click on it. New class. New class. If you want to create interface, select the option called interface. Okay, na? Yeah, click on class. So here we have to give the class name. While giving the class name, you should follow some camel case. Camel case means starting letter of the word should be a capital letter. Suppose I want to give first class. First F should be caps. Class C should be the caps. First class. First F caps and class C caps. If I start with lowercase, what happens? No error. Simple gives the warning. Type name is discouraged by conversion. Java type name usually start with an uppercase letter. So first class. And by default, for every class you create, the default access modifier will be the public. And the super class is the object class. Access modifiers by default is a public for any class you create, and the super class is always be the object class. Okay, now this is the user defined class, not only for user defined class. In Java, some predefined libraries also are there. For existing predefined Java libraries also, the default access modifier is a public and super class is the object class. Okay, na? Fine. And for every class you create, the execution starting point is a main method. So which is public static void main string args. Just check this checkbox and click on finish. Where code generated. Just a minute. First class is a class, open close curly brackets. Main method is now check right that has come. If I want to run this class, first class, just run this. Nothing will happen because inside the main method, no statements were there to execute. Okay, if you want to print any message through this main method, yes, there is a statement called system.out.println. System.out.println. Okay, so shortcut is in each word 3 characters. First 3 characters enough to type. In system, 3 characters SYS out OUT. Sys out. Immediately give the control space in your keyboard. Control space in your keyboard. So complete system.out.println has come. So here in double quotations, you give whatever messages you want. Just giving hi in a double quotes. Save this program and run this program. In console window, hi message. Console window, hi message. Likewise, I can create n number of classes under my packages. Yes, now if I want to create one more class, yes, we can right click on this package, new class, and we can create n number of. So friends, I never check the main method. If I want, so main method is must for every class to execute. So now main method is not selected. So how can I get my main method? Do I need to type completely public static void main string args? Not required. Just give the method name main in this second class. Type main, immediately give the control space and click on it. Main. So main method will come here. Yeah. Now, if we want to print any message, what is the statement we use, friends? If we want to print any message, what is the statement we use?
This out control space.
Yes. Yes. YSOUT control space and give hello like this. And just click on run. Hello is coming. Okay, now? Fine. And now this up to here we have completed in the last session. Just I recap the things for people who want revision and people who join newly. I've given you once again the recap. Now we will discuss the what is a Java class in detail. Yeah. So friends, any kind of application you want to develop, two things are required. One is data and second is operations. Any kind of application you want to develop, two things are required. One is the data and second is operations. To make understand, yeah, suppose you have an account in a bank. You want to know your transaction history details. What you do, you go to the banker and asks them, what is my transaction history of my account? You request for the banker. What banker is asking you? Tell me, friends. If you requested for your bank transaction history details to the banker, what banker is asking you? Tell me, friends. What banker is asking you? Come on, friends. If you requested for your bank transaction details, history details to the banker, what banker is asking you?
Account name or
Account
your
number,
login and
not
password.
account name. Username, password.
Yeah.
Sir, banker will
Account
not
details.
password, sir. He'll ask your bank and account number. Yes or no?
Yeah, if you are visiting on the bank offline, yeah.
Banker is asking your bank account number. Without bank account number, no operation will be held. Yes or no? Any operation should be happen means bank ID or bank is the source. So data. Without data, any operation held? No. So data is must. That's why any kind of application you want to develop means every operation will be done based on the test data only. So in the Java class, we will be planning the Java class. We are planning some data properties and behaviors. So class is a plan that contains some data properties and some behaviors. Like next, how many data properties, how many behaviors I can have in the class means based on the requirement. Based on the requirement, based on the client requirement, I will plan some data properties and some behaviors. Suppose I want to do some calculations like addition and subtraction. So how many behaviors I require here? I require two behaviors. One is addition behavior, another is a subtraction behavior. So how do I have a behavior? So public is an access modifier, void is a return type, and add is a method name. My user defined method name, brackets, and open close curly brackets. This is the syntax for the behavior. One more behavior I was planning, public void giving subtraction as a method name. Like these two behaviors I was planned inside this class. So for these behaviors, I require test data for addition and subtraction. Yes or no? To do the addition and subtraction operations for these behaviors, I required some test data. Yes or no?
Yes.
How many data I need for addition and subtraction? Tell me. How many data properties I need while seeing these behaviors? Tell me.
At least two data, two add or subtract.
Of course, two input data and one output data. Yes or no? Two input variables and one output variable. To do the addition subtraction, minimum two values are required to do addition. And to store the results, one output variable. So totally three data properties are required of type integer. Is a and result. Like these three data properties I have planned. Three data properties I have planned. Okay, na? Now using these data properties, I will do the addition subtraction. So result equals A plus B, and I will print this result value here itself by using sysout. Here I give the valid message addition of A and B is. Sorry friends. So here I want to do the subtraction operation. Result equals A minus B, and you print that message sysout in double quotations subtraction of A and B is. So here I want to give some clarification. Here result equals to A plus B. Here plus does the addition. Here addition of A and B is plus I am using giving result means here plus is a concatenation. What is the meaning for this and this? Here I am saying addition. Here plus is I am saying as a concatenation. So here let me give some clarification. So between this between the plus we have A and B. These are the variables. What type of variables? A, B are what type of variables, friends? A,
Integer
B
type.
are what type of integer? So both are number type. Of course, A, B both can be integer, or A, B both can be the float, or one is an integer, one is a float. Doesn't matter. All comes under number type variables. So between the place, any number type variables are there. It does the addition. But whereas in 12th line, we can see the plus operator. Between this plus operator, right side result is a integer variable and right side is a string object. anything is represented in double quotations, that is a string object. Okay, now this is a string, this is a number type variable. Between these two, we are having a plus. Two different data types. One is string, another is number type. Two different data types. Middle, we have a plus, means it is a combining, concatenation. Got the difference? Okay. Here we are doing subtraction. After that, I was printing the result over here. So subtraction of A and B, concatenation result. Okay, na? Fine. I have planned some data properties and some behaviors according to the client requirement. Just I have planned. If you want to execute this class, just click on run. What happens? It only gives the hello message, which is from the main method. As everyone know that main method is a starting execution point. In the main method, we have only the hello message, but we have planned some data properties and behaviors. Those are not getting executed. So just it's a plan. To execute this plan, whatever we have planned, if you want to execute them, yes, we can execute by creating the class object in a main method. While creating class object in a main method. So let me give some clarification. Friends, if you want to construct one building, so we must have a building plan. If we want to construct a building means we must have some building plan. What that building plan contains? The building plan contains various rooms measurements. Suppose I want to construct a double bedroom. So double bedroom measurements will have master bedroom, okay, area, living area, master bedroom, children bedroom, living area, bathroom, kitchen, dining hall. Okay, like these various rooms measurements we are planning in a piece of paper. Okay, if we want to execute that building plan, how can we execute that building plan? While purchasing the building blocks. So suppose the client is coming and asking, Ravi, I want to construct double bedroom. Okay, what is the plinth area you have? What is the area you have? Yes, I have 200 square yards of land I'm having. In 200 square yards of land, the architecture will plan take a piece of paper and he's planning for 200 square yards area in the piece of paper, and master bedroom measurement, children bedroom measurement, living area measurement like this. So whatever the architecture plan in a piece of paper, that has to be executed. How that plan is executed means, so how the architecture plan according to that plinth area, how much square feet is coming after planning for each that much square feet. We are planning this many count of cement bags are required. These many square feet of required. These many liters of paint are required. These many tons of sand is required. These many count of bricks is required based upon a square feet you building. Everything comes while planning. Yes or no? So how do you execute the building plan? While purchasing the building blocks. Building blocks comes under like bricks, sand, cement. Everything will be will be purchased based upon the plan only. In the plan, every measurement is there. For according to the measurement, how much material is required, we will calculate and I'll bring them. We'll give the state for the building plan while purchasing the building blocks. A similar way, the class is a plan. So class is a plan means we are planning something inside the class. What we are planning inside the class? Yes, various data properties and various behaviors based upon a client requirement. Even building plan also you planned, how you plan based on the client requirement, double bedroom triple bedroom duplex triplex based on the client requirement only you are planning these many rooms and these many like this. Like similar way, you're planning some data properties and some behaviors based on the client requirement, and we have given a implementation for these behaviors. And how do we give the state for the planned data properties and behaviors means by giving the class, by creating the class object in a main method, by creating the object in a main method. Yeah, come to your main method. So we will create an object for this class. With this class object creation only, we are giving state for this properties and behaviors. Yeah, come here. Before creating object for the class, I would like to give some information. So friends, I am storing an int variable x equals some 100. Now listen here, where 100 is called as a integer object. Just understand here, 100 is an integer object where I am storing into the x variable, and x variable is what type of int type of. Understood? 100 is a integer object storing into x variable of type int type. Okay na, like this str equals Ravi. So Ravi is a string object, where Ravi is a string object storing into str variable, storing into str variable is type of type string type, of type string type. Okay na. The similar way, I am creating object for the second class. For this class, I'm creating the object now. How do I create a? So before creating class object, I'm telling all these stories. So 100 is the integer object storing into one variable x of type int type, because object is integer object of type int type. Where Ravi is anything is represented double quotations is called as a string object. So Ravi is a string object storing into str variable of type string type. String object string type. Integer object int type. Now you understand the concept of creating the object for the class. For this class, I'm creating object. How do I create a new class name of this? Together we call as a class object. New is a keyword. New is a keyword, and the class name of this together we call as a class object. Together we call as a class object. Store into a variable. These are what type of second class type. Of type of second class type, because second class object storing into what type? Second class type. Integer object of type int type. String object of type string type. Second class object of type second class type. Understood everyone? Now tell me, if I ask to create an object for the first class, tell me here, how do I create an object here? Tell me now. Come on.
First class equal to new. First class object equal
New.
to new.
First you come from here. New.
First class.
First class of. This is the class object. Where do I store this class object? Into one variable. Yes or no?
Yes.
The variable name can be anything. Just a sample obj like this. You can give any name. Here it is. Okay. Is of what type? A is of what type? First class. Create local variable of A. Okay. So first class object of type first class type. Okay, na? Got it? Now, after creating object for this second class, with this class reference variable, I can call all these data properties behaviors of the second class. See here, now obj dot see, I can see the a variable coming from second class, b variable coming from second class, result variable coming from the second class, add method from second class, and sub method from second class. Yes or no? Getting or not? So we can access the class defined properties and behaviors by creating the class object only. See, add method obj dot sub method. Getting or not? See, now you run this program, we can see hello message. So hello message is coming, which is in the main method, and we're getting the results for addition. A and B is 30, subtraction of A and B is -10. See, whenever this main method comes, So this class object gets initialized, and with this reference we are calling add method. If I control click, what happens? It goes to the add method and does the calculation and print over here. And next it calls the sub method. Control click on it, it goes to the sub method and does the subtraction operation and print the result. Okay, na? Yes. So let's have a question now. So what is a class? If anybody asks you, class is a plan, template, or a blueprint. Anything you say. Class is a plan, template, or a blueprint. Anything you can say. Okay, class is a plan means we have to plan something inside the class. What we have to plan inside the class means we should plan some data properties and some behaviors. We should plan some data properties and some behaviors inside the class. Like how many data properties, how many behaviors do I need to plan means, so based on the client requirement, we plan some data properties and behaviors. Next the question, what kind of behaviors we are planning, what type of behaviors we are planning, the behaviors are of type concrete behaviors. Concrete behaviors. Concrete behavior means the behavior which has a body open close curly brackets. The behavior which having the open close curly brackets, the behavior we call as a concrete behavior. A subtraction method. Open close curly bracket. This is called concrete behavior. The behavior which has a body open close curly brackets. This behavior we call as a concrete behaviors. Where when we talk about interfaces, we don't have concrete behaviors there. 100% in interfaces we have a abstract behaviors, where abstract behaviors will not have a body like this, for abstract behaviors. In the interfaces only method name ends with the semicolon, like these abstract methods will be there inside the interface. The concrete methods, method name having a body open close curly brackets like this. Okay, now okay. So concrete methods. Class will contain 100% concrete methods. Now, how do we access the planned data properties and concrete behaviors of the class? By creating the class object. What is the process? New keyword, class name of. Together we call as a class object. Where do I store? Into one variable, our user defined variable, any variable you store. Of what type? Second class type. With this class reference variable, we are calling the behaviors addition and subtraction. Whatever we have planned in class, we can access by class reference variable like this. And next question. Friends, I'm having one building plan. If I want to execute the same building plan in constructing multiple villas, can I? I'm having one building plan with me. The same building plan, can I construct multiple villas?
Yes.
Yes, row villas now we are talking about. One same plan we are executing to construct multiple villas, 50 villas, 60 villas. So for every villa, we have to purchase a building blocks. Yes or no? The
Yes.
same building plan you want to execute to construct 50 villas means for every villa, we must purchase a building. Yes. One class plan, if we want to execute, yes, we can execute multiple. Okay, while creating the multiple class objects. For one class plan, we can have multiple objects. Class is a collection of objects. New second class of storing into one variable obj1 is of type obj.
So new is the keyword for any of the objects,
Yes,
right?
new is a correct. New is a keyword. It's a predefined keyword.
For any of
Okay.
the object that we can define.
Yes. Here you can observe here. You know, in our class creation, we can see some purple colored are there. Package is one keyword. Public is one keyword. Class is one keyword. Int is one keyword. Void is one keyword. New is one keyword. Static is one keyword. Whatever we see the purple color, all are keywords. These are all the predefined keywords in Java language. Got it? Everyone clear?
Yes.
Like this class is collection of objects. For one class plan, we can create n number of objects. So give the reference variable differently. With this reference, we can access whatever we want. Okay, na?
Can you tell me when it is necessary we'll be creating multiple kind of objects for the same class? In which situation?
So, so we are working with some banking application. So every banker have their own identity, ID, and name, all those things. If we want to access the multiple accounts, means so for every customer will have a separate unique account details. Yes or no? If we want to access that, means we will create for every employee, for every customer as a one object. To access particular customer details, means we will create separate objects to access the details. Got it?
So different objects will be required used for a different unique ID whenever there is a requirement.
Yes, correct. Every customer will have their own unique details. Yes or no? Customer ID, customer name, all the unique IDs, right? For every customer. For every customer, we'll maintain one separate object to access their customer details. Yes or no? See, you have a bank account, sir. You have your own credentials to access. I'm having my account, I'm having my unique credentials. Yes or no? Bank ID is one property, but customer to customer ID value will be vary. Yes or no? To hold that, we will create separate objects. This has you as user one as reference. This has user two. I give like this as a reference. Okay, na? In user one, we will access all the user one details. User two reference, I will access all the user two details. Getting?
Yes.
Is everyone clear?
You mean to say when you create a class of customer, so one object will be for one customer, so the second object will be for the other customer.
Yes.
Okay.
Class is collection of objects. We can have multiple objects for single class. Okay, let me show you one thing. Let's take the example of first class. See here now, what I was doing in the x comma y comma result. Here what I was doing, public void add. Let me copy this x y, right? X now. Now friends, I have planned some data properties and behaviors. Okay, na? I'll plant some data properties. Now, if I call obj dot add obj dot sub.
So can you use as like a customer or account number so that it will be easy instead of using this first class or something?
So
It
tell
will
me
be
what is output. If I run this, what is the output? Tell me.
We have not initialized the variables x, y. So
Then tell me what is the output. If I go to the add, tell me the result of this result in addition. Tell me the value for the result for subtraction.
void.
X is a integer variable, y is an integer variable. So we never initialize any of the objects to these variables. Then it will take a default value x as a 0, y as a 0, 0 plus 0 as a 0, 0 minus 0 as a 0. So for addition result will be the 0, and for subtraction result also will give as a 0. Yes or no?
Okay.
So what I do, so I will pass the arguments when calling these functions. Now through this reference, I'm calling these functions and passing the arguments also. For addition I was giving 10 comma 20. For subtraction I'm giving 10 comma 20 like this. So I'm getting some error. Why I'm getting error? If I mouse over, if any error comes, make habit to mouse over. Once I mouse over, we can see the message. What it says: the method add in the type first class is not applicable for the arguments int comma int. So the method what we define in 8th line and 14th line, method arguments are not applied. The method add of the type first class is not applicable for the arguments int comma int. So friends, add of 10 comma 20, these are integer arguments or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
10 comma 20 integer arguments. So the method is, this is the, so where is this defined in the 8th line? So these arguments must receive of type int comma int x comma. See, now error went off. See here, when this main method is executing, add of 10 comma 20 arguments. When if I control click on add method, this arguments 10 comma 20 receives to the receives to these parameters x comma y. X is holding 10, y is holding 10, and gives addition result as 30. And over here, this also we're getting some error. The method sub of is a type first class is not applicable for arguments int comma int. They are not received this type of arguments. X comma int y. Now see this post, take the results 1020. Now what is the output friends if I run this?
Thirty and 10
30 and
30 minus 10.
minus 10.
one more user needs some different values for doing addition subtraction. So I can create multiple object or not? Class is collection of object or not? First class of obj1 storing dot type obj1 dot see add, here I'm passing 1000 2000 obj1 dot subtraction doing 1000 and 2000. The arguments are differently we are passing for this and for this. Yes or no? See friends. But first reference OBJ, we are getting 30 and minus 10. Second reference, we are getting different arguments like 3000 minus 1000. Standing or not? Functionality is the same, but arguments are different. Yes or no? Okay. Got it? Fine. That's about that Java class concept. Tomorrow we'll be talking about the interfaces and abstract classes. Detailedly we'll discuss in the tomorrow's agenda. Let me know if you have any questions in this today's session.
Sir, just I have a query. Since you told that you'll be using Java 8, right? The syntax is whatever you have written the program is not of Java 8, right?
Syntax will be the same, madam. Nothing will change. See, the
So it's
version to
like a
version
lambda functions.
two libraries will get introduced. See, version to version. See, tell me how why the versions are coming. New versions, why they're coming. Some newly, some libraries got introduced. Yes or no? Syntax will not be changeable, madam. Understanding? Syntax will be the same. Only thing is, new libraries will get introduced in the new versions. Getting?
Normally in Java 8, they will be using like arrow mark, lambda functions, right? In just it happens in a single line code. So
Sorry?
in Java 8, normally when we write lambda functions in the form of lambda functions, it has
Lambda functions are there from starting 8 onwards. From 8, in every version we have lambda functions.
that's what you told that you'll be using lambda functions. So Java 8 means so the whatever the programs we write, we'll be writing it in one line, right?
Yes, lambda functions we write everything in one line. In
So
every version it is there, right?
So can you show me in one line of this program how to write this the
Yeah,
result?
we'll tell that. I'll tell coming days, okay?
Okay.
Tell you.
And one more thing.
Syntax will not be the different to version, madam. But kind information. Syntax will be the same in every version. Only the new libraries will get introduced version to version. Okay, na? Tell me.
Okay. Okay. And one more thing. Well, so since everybody are going for shifting for Python, what is the necessity of with Selenium with Java rather than Selenium with Python?
See, people are crazy nowadays saying like Selenium with Python. So there is no such that much market for Selenium Python, madam. Mostly market is for Selenium Java only. It was there.
Because when we see
Most of the
Python, it happens just in a few lines of code, right? Compared to Java.
see, you only said like lambda expressions are there. What is the meaning of lambda expressions? You tell me.
Something it's like a functional programming where it not necessary of declaring
No.
in
What is
hundred
the meaning
of
of
lines.
lambda expression? You tell me.
Yeah,
Huh?
because of we reduce the number of line
Ranjit,
codes into the single line.
tell me for Python. Why we are going with Python? You tell me now.
Yeah, Python also same.
Same. Got it. So client, let's see based on the client need only, we will choose the language Python or Java. Syntax will be different for Python and Java. Both are OOPS concepts only. Understood?
Yeah.
When you put loopings in Python, we follow indentation. Where in Java, we never follow any indentation. The syntax will be different in that case. Okay, na? So there also we have a lambda in Python. There are also short length codes we can write in Python. Even in Java also using lambda expressions we can write in short length codes. Got it? Syntax will be different to Python and Java. That's it. Okay, na?
Okay.
Because these different vendors. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
One more clarification I require. Normally nowadays API testing is more in of industry. So when API testing
Sorry.
interface will API testing, API testing is more often used for Selenium if we go. So when API testing is only there is there necessity of UI? Because UI execution becomes more complex. Just it comes only for the UI, only for the UI purpose. So just for that purpose, is it necessary for UI or is it necessary? Can we go for API testing?
What do you think as a UI testing means? What do you think? What kind of testing we are doing UI means?
Usability interface.
The tab space, screenshots, whatever the web pages been created in that way.
So now this course is, we joined for which course now? This is a functional testing. Functionally, we are doing the testing. API testing, you are saying. API means web services testing. That's a different part. UI testing is user interface testing. Yes or no? UI testing.
Yes.
Okay. We have data testing is there, mobile testing is there, manual testing is there. All are different sectors. This is the course which we joined for Selenium functional automation testing. So if you want to work with API or database testing or mobile testing, Selenium functional automation testing is the base. Got it, madam? Nowadays, for every functional testing, there is a scope for API testing. We have a scope for mobile testing because, so you know that where applications we can open through desktop and through mobiles also. Yes or no? The desktop UI is different and mobile UI is different. Resolution. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Application has to work function wise. Yes or no? So mobile testing we have, that is separate course. Web functional automation testing using Selenium we are using. Web services. So nowadays any application we are developing means we'll use so many services associated in your application. So we should check all the services using web services testing we are doing. Yes or no? RESTful API. Have you heard about this? RESTful API testing, automation testing. Yes or no? SOAP UI.
Yes, sir.
RESTful API. Tell me the difference between the SOAP UI and RESTful API. Tell me, madam. What is SOAP API? What is RESTful API? Do you know that?
I'm not sure of definition, but the scope of UI
SOAP
testing.
UI we do manually. So web services testing we do manually. RESTful API is a automation API testing. Okay, na? Okay. Mobile testing, performance testing, different testings. Okay, na? So I suggest you see, for to learn the automation testing, Selenium is the base. for to learn our mobile testing and web services testing, to learn everything. Functional automation testing is a must. So value add-on after learning this Selenium functional automation testing, I suggest you people learn API testing, that to RESTful API testing and mobile testing also. That will be value add-on for your resume.
So how
Because
much
earlier,
percentage of, so okay, sir. So like how much percentage of UI testing will be done and how much percentage of API testing will be done?
Depends on project.
see, API testing, how much percentage means here? Services. What I'm saying, you understanding or not? In applications to run some services, we run that services, we have to test all services. That's a RESTful API using tool will test the services. Now, not a percentage, this much, that much. Okay, now all the services are working perfect or not, we have to check that using RESTful API tool. That's a separate course. The API testing is that for 2 months course it was. If you want to learn mobile testing, 45 days course it was. Those are all separate tools. Okay, now performance testing 2 months course. Database testing is 45 to 2 months course. Not a 10 days course or 1 week crash course. Those are all. Okay, now the earlier days people used to say functional testing. We do this much scope of testing only. We can do that. Nowadays, everything can be get automated using the SELENIUM automation tool, because we have so many dependency libraries are there where we can automate any kind of web elements. As functional automation testing, if I talk about a good question for me, is functional Selenium automation tool can be automate any kind of web elements. We have various, so even PDF applications we can automate, XML files we can automate, Microsoft Excels we can automate. Understood?
You mean to say the functional UI scope is still existing?
Can you please come again?
Functional UI automation is still in existence, that too with Selenium Java.
Yeah.
Because nowadays industry is totally diverting to API, right? That's the reason I'm asking.
See, what I said you're not understanding once again. So there are various fields are there in testing. API testing is one part. See, if you are developing one application means for that application.
No, I understood, but most of the industry, why they go for
what we are giving, that expected value is coming or not, that's a functional testing. And what values we are giving, that should be reflected in a backend database. That's a database testing. So performance wise, how it is working is a performance tuning, is a performance testing. Though everything is different, everything will be done when any application is developed. The mobile testing also will conducted, because the same functionality should be working mobiles also. Working in desktop, not working mobiles means no one will look after that application. Yes or no? This kind of testing, how much scope, this kind of no, everything will be conducted when any application is released in the market. Understood?
Okay. So you will be teaching only on desktop, or is it on mobile application also?
This is course functional automation testing.
Yeah, functional automation testing. Even in API is also functional automation is also there.
I
Even
didn't
in
talk about
mobile
mobile testing. This is not mobile testing. This is not mobile testing classes. This is only the web
desktop
automation testing. Don't talk about desktop. We call it as a web automation testing. Web means desktop, you can say, like, okay. Got it? Web function automation testing using a tool called Selenium. Got it?
Yes.
Hi, Ravi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ravi. I'm Ranjit. I just joined today. Actually, I didn't join the previous classes. I just need a little clarification regarding the program. First thing is like this program will be in this online one only, or it's an offline,
Only online, sir. Online.
only online. So it will be like 1 hour per day, Ravi, or 2 hours.
Yes, 1 hour. 1 hour.
Okay. And one more thing I actually wanted to ask you. See, actually, I'm a functional tester. So I just want to move to the automation domain, that too with Java. So that's why I have been searching for the program. Can this program, whatever the syllabus you have given, is this enough for me to understand and move to that particular domain? Because
Yes.
I don't
So
have knowledge of Java, Ravi.
yes. See, this
Mm,
course, I think you firstly you find the class, right? I have given all the brief. Once again, let me brief. So to learn
mm,
Selenium tool, some
mm.
programming knowledge is necessary. So
Yeah.
Selenium will support various language bindings like Java, C Sharp, Ruby, Python, Scala, R language, Dart language, PHP, okay, Scala. Like this, so many programs my Selenium supports. By using any one of
Mm,
the language binding, we can build your Selenium automation testing. Okay, so here this course is designed for Java with Selenium. In Java, all the
mm,
core Java OOP concepts I will
mm.
teach.
Okay.
Everything I teach. Concept I teach. I'll use some assignment programs also for practicing
Mm,
for each concept.
yeah.
If I talk about strings, on strings, I'll use some practical programs for practicing. If I talk
Mm,
about collections, collection related
mm,
programs, I'll do that. If I talk about loopings, so I'll use some
mm,
pattern programs to make hands-free your looping
mm.
programs. Okay, na? Like this
Oh,
concept base, I'll use some scenarios. And only when we talk about Selenium also, I'll use some scenarios also. In Selenium functional testing, I'll use some scenarios also for practicing.
okay. So the concern actually I what I heard like for to learn Selenium and to do automation testing, complete Java language is not required. Only certain like
Yeah,
core
core Java
Java.
OOPS concept. Not only Java,
Okay.
even for Python,
Okay.
core Java OOPS concepts required.
Yeah. Will that concepts be covered in our syllabus, Ravi?
Yes, yes. Core Java, Selenium, DevOps, framework, and projects. And you will be getting the soft copy material through mail,
Mm,
and you'll be getting recorded videos from Google Drive for 1 year view access. And you'll be getting the source code. Whatever the programs I'm building daily in front of you, every code will be
mm,
committed in a GitHub server. That GitHub link will
mm.
share to everyone. You can pull the code from your end. Whatever I was building the programs from my end, every program
Mm.
from your end, you can also pull from your end for reference. For videos will
Any
be given access for 1 year.
yeah, Ravi, please.
Yeah, and soft copy material will be shared through mail.
Any CI tools are also you will you give a idea about the CI tools to be used, Ravi?
Sorry?
Continuous integration tools will be there, no?
Yeah, that's
Will
what
we
DevOps we
have
have, right? CDCI.
okay,
Yes, Jenkins.
okay,
So in
okay,
DevOps, we talk about Marvin build tools. We'll talk about the GitHub server. We'll talk about Jenkins. These three tools we'll talk about 12 to 14 days on this tools.
okay.
Practically, I'll make one of the presenter and I will instruct from my end. You'll be doing in your system your own. I'll
Mhm.
make one of your presenter and I will instruct to happen in your system. 12 to 14 days, we'll talk about these three tools: Marvin, GitHub Server, and Jenkins. The CI or
Okay.
CDCI pipeline, right? The Jenkins.
Yes, yes, yes. Any
12 to
framework designing will be there, Ravi?
yes. Frameworks also will be covered. As starting I discussed, we talk about test engine framework, page object model
Okay.
framework, BD framework,
Okay.
hybrid framework. These are frameworks will be covered.
What would be the time, Ravi? Evening or morning?
So daily timing will be 6 to 7 p.m. Monday to Friday is the duration. Okay, Monday to Friday, like 2 months is the duration.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Ravi. Thanks for your reply.
Yeah. Okay, friends.
Yeah,
Done. We'll meet tomorrow. Tomorrow, as it is, we'll talk
I
about
have one doubt.
interfaces and we'll talk.
Hello.
Yes,
One
go ahead, sir.
sorry.
So why we go for Selenium?
So we have various automation tools are there, sir. We have various automation tools are there. One of the most popular tool is the Selenium web automation testing tool, which is very user friendly. That's why everyone will use the Selenium. It also supports various language bindings. As I said, Java, C Sharp, Ruby, Python. Here, the official website for Selenium was selenium.dev is the official website for Selenium. So, see, Selenium automates browsers. That's it, which means web applications only. Selenium will automates. What you do with that power is entirely up to you. What is that power means? Programming knowledge. What kind of programming knowledge is required means, so let's click on that download link. Here we can see Selenium client and WebDriver language bindings, which are supported for Selenium core languages, which is C Sharp, Ruby, Java, Python, JavaScript. These are the core languages which supports. Apart from this, some other languages also supports. If I want to show you another languages, if I click on other languages exist, well, language bindings for other languages exist. These are the core ones that are supported by the main projects hosted in GitHub. These are the main language bindings supported. Apart from that, some more are supported. If I click on this, yeah, if we come down here, Go programming language here, other language bindings like Go programming, Haskell, JavaScripting, Perl, PHP, R language, Dot, like this, so many language bindings supports. Using any one of the language binding, we can build your automation scripts by using Selenium tool. Okay,
Okay.
got it.
Yeah, Ravi, last one question, Ravi. If
Hmm.
we are going to pay the amount and join the class, when the classes will be regularly started?
So it started from yesterday, from last class. Today is the regular class. Actually, regular class was started on today's Wednesday, right? Huh?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Monday it was started. So regular class was started on Monday.
Mhm.
Training is going on. So no class only it was.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
What last class project package, what class creation, all these things I recapped today, starting 20 minutes, and then after I continued the what is the Java class. So to be continued tomorrow also same continuation only. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Hope done for today, friends. We don't have any queries. We are good to stop for today. Shall I? Okay, friends, done for today. We'll meet tomorrow. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.